is Ronald Boyd-MacMillan, and I want to welcome you to this unique course, which is the first of its kind that deals with the story and dynamics of the suffering church. There are three aims, hopes that I have for you as you take this particular course. I'll be praying for each one of you that by the end of this course, you will know, first and foremost, how your persecutor is trying to take you and your church or organization down, and how you must respond in the strength of God. We have let the language of battle lapse a little in modern times, perhaps as a reaction to some overzealous practices around it. But as a Burmese leader once warned me, he said, "You may not think much about persecution, but your persecutor is always thinking about you." If we understand persecution as the pursuit of Christ in us by the forces of evil, we will see that it is normal and universal, though cultural and political differences often determine the intensity and the form of it. But waking up to the reality of this pursuit is a central part of what this course is all about. Another goal is to gain a sense of how churches can die or weaken as well as grow or strengthen. This course is unique because it has a historical section that investigates the 5 great global persecutions in history and how they left the church permanently damaged. The scholar Philip Jenkins once called for as much attention to be given to what he called a theology of extinction as much to a theology of church growth. I'm afraid his cry was not heeded. We will see how persecution can, in certain circumstances, kill the church, and we even have exercises to uncover how we ourselves might end up killing our own churches while thinking we are reviving them. And these are not easy exercises. And we want to stand closely with you as you plunge into the depths of your own heart to see how the persecutor might be getting more help than we were first aware of. A third goal is to seek to ensure that every person is transformed in their spiritual practice by an encounter with the story of the persecuted church. And hopefully this encounter will be ongoing for the rest of life. We believe there is a treasure in the story of the persecuted that we can use in our own rhythm of life. I sometimes put it this way: what they need, I give. What they learn, I need. And often this is to do with creating new habits of radical simplicity or daring gratitude or a deeper trust in the larger will of God when our own lives do not seem to be bearing much fruit. The persecuted, in their story, in their practice, in their sharing, have a treasure for each of us that may well change the way we relate to God for the rest of our walk with Him. And it's my prayer that each of you will receive this treasure. And finally, we seem to live in a culture, Christian and secular, that often defines happiness in terms of distance maintained from any kind of suffering. But the church desperately needs a cadre of leaders who realize that suffering is central to life, integral to mission, and even essential to true joy, and who can articulate this from their experience as well as from their understanding. And only in this way can we have churches where people are allowed to admit their failures and don't need to pretend, and where the overwhelming love of God is experienced freely. So I do pray that this course will train each person to do exactly this. Can we speak of darkness and delight? We have to. in order to reach the world today. The materials you will be exposed to have been honed over years of teaching in persecuted contexts such as China, Syria, Pakistan, Colombia, and northern Nigeria. The wisdom of many great figures of the persecuted church are distilled in here, such as Wang Mingdao, Gleb Yakunin, Dietrich Bonhoeffer. Some of them I have met in person, some only through their writings or their story. Many are nameless, many are still alive. These are men and women who have come through Job-like experiences, and they've gone to the far side of grief and speak with an authenticity that gives impetus to the gospel. And so I pray that through their voices, your own walk will be more like theirs, and your witness more powerful through whatever circumstances God is leading each of you. Thank you for taking this journey. It will be hard, it will be testing, and you will not be the same again.